MAGA and Trump community, I'm a little bit concerned, and there's a blind spot I want to bring up to you. What benefit do you get from calling out Joe Rogan for complimenting RFK? What benefit? What benefit do you get from saying, I wonder how people are going to boom at the next UFC fight when Joe Rogan walks in? Do you realize who are the only two names that have been constant the last 20 years in the UFC brand? One guy's name is Dana White, who is feared and respected. The other guy's name is Joe Rogan, who is loved, liked, and respected. You think UFC is going to flip on Joe because he complimented RFK on the vaccine position, that he fought Fauci and we wrote this book? You think they're going to do that? And why would you even call out Joe Rogan when Joe Rogan is friends with Dana?
That's just what they do. That's politics. They do it on the left. They do it on the right. They gaslight you. They manipulate you. They promote narratives. And the only one who's not doing that is Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
You a fan?
Yeah, I am a fan. Yeah, he's the only one that makes sense to me. He's the only one that he doesn't attack people.
Yes, if you can notice, I'm not feeling too well. But there is something going on. I'm going to show you. Joe Rogan sent this out. For the record, this is not an endorsement. This is me saying that I like RFK as a person, and I really appreciate the way he discusses things with civility and intelligence. I think we could use more of that in this world. I also think Trump raising his feet and saying fight after getting shot is one of the most American even things of all time. I'm not the guy to get political information from. If you want that from a comic, go to Comic Dev Smith. He actually knows what he's talking about.
Why would you even call out Joe Rogan when Joe Rogan is friends with Dana and put Dana in a tough spot to have to defend you and Joe? And obviously he's a pro, he's a boss, he's a street guy, he's dealt with everybody. He's not going to have a problem handling that. But do you think that's the right move? And it gets me to continue thinking about this and saying, while all this stuff is going on tonight, a lady named Kamala had a packed house in Arizona. You know who showed up? The same people that were not happy about what happened in 2022 midterms, 2 weeks before midterms, when Supreme Court flipped the Roe v. Wade abortion position and put it back on the states. And while everybody thought there was going to be a red wave, there was not a red wave. Got it. And those people haven't forgotten about it yet because it's an important issue to them. And they may come out in 2024 because 2 Supreme Court positions could flip in the next 4 years, and they don't want to give that to you. Oh my God. So they may not be voting for Kamala. They just don't want you to choose the Supreme Court positions. They're not voting for Kamala. That's all they're doing. And so it seems like all the shots and mocking and making fun of her, thinking like, yeah, she can't beat you. She can beat you. 49-47 is what the number is right now, with her having the lead over you. Yeah, but that's not going to happen. So this is the problem that I have with MAGA that I think is a little bit concerning. Here's how it works. I feel like the level of loyalty you get from MAGA, you expect to get from independent voters and libertarians who are willing to vote for you, but they're not 100% sold out to you. The management of those types of relationships is very different than the MAGA crowd that'll do anything for you. If you want to win, you have to stop looking at independent and libertarian voters.
Yes, you might be wondering what Trump said. This is the tweet. It will be interesting to see how loudly Joe Rogan get booed the next time he entered the UFC ring. Question mark. MAGA 2024.
If you want to win, you have to stop looking at independent and libertarian voters the same way as you do as MAGA, because it's not going to happen. Less than 90 days left. This thing's going to go like this. And if we go the way we're going right now, and we continuously choose the wrong enemies, Joe Rogan, an enemy, you know how many good things he's been saying about you the last year, 18 months? Nobody ever thought he was going to say that. What's the benefit? There is no benefit. My suggestion would be to MAGA and Trump community, if you're close to him, call Joe, have a call with him. You know how to get a hold of him. Just have a phone conversation with him and say, hey, here's my position with you. And then see if you, Joe, and RFK can have a meeting together. Could be off camera. I think Lincoln wrote a book was written about Lincoln by Donald T. Phillips. He says one of Lincoln's biggest strengths was he eliminated enemies by turning them into friends. This is a great time to make a list of 20, 30 people that are in the independent and libertarian camp to flip into an ally. It'll make a world of difference for 2024. I think that is a massive blind spot that should be considered.
There you go. Yep. And now it's like the country's rallying around.
I know.
Like,
yeah.
What I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
even.
we're so easily manipulated, and they're all doing it in lockstep. Yeah, no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. She polled as the least popular vice president of all time.
Yeah.
And now imagine you and me, but we're in front of 15,000 people that are hanging on our every word, and you're kind of freeballing, and maybe you really haven't even done the research. Like someone's asking you how you're going to fix the economy, right? And then you have some not. Well, the problem is everybody needs money because the bills, and we're working on that. Like what?
Well, you can. That's so obvious when, with the passage of time is significant, and the significance of the passage of time is significant because of the passage of time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's someone who is basically like a kid in the 5th grade who's writing a book report, but they haven't read the book.
That's every time I see her on camera. That's all I can think is that she's the kid who didn't do her homework.
Right.
Because she just has that vibe. Did you see the clip of her talking about how dare we wish Merry Christmas to people?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, there is this tweet Matt was sent out. Consecutive are spending a lot of time whining about the fact that Kamala Khan is being strategically smart. Not doing interview is smart. She is dumb and can't handle them. Using pop stars and rappers to fill stadium is also smart. It creates the impression that there is a lot of hype around Kamala. The impression of hype eventually becomes actual hype. There is no sense whining about any of this. It is like when some consecutive whine that Trump will not debate in the primaries. That was smart politics. Is he supposed to do something that will harm him politically just for the sake of spokesmanship? Get real. So again, my question: how is this Kamala strategy being countered? Complaining is not a counter, and we don't have time for complaining. Only weeks left to the election. Too much is on the line. This is something I see now daily. A lot of people complain, oh, this is happening. Oh, this is happening. Then at the same time, they don't even put out things that can counteract these people. Kamala, they don't care. What they are doing now is lies upon lies, putting out edited videos on social media just to propagate everywhere. Okay, a lot of people have that impression. Oh, she's winning. She's having a lot of people. Like today, I saw something. When you take a look at this screenshot, you can clearly see that this was just fixed. Where people did not fit in, they had to put something to block it so we should not see. That is in Arizona. They wanted to claim that should fill up a 20,000 capacity stadium. I was shocked. A lot of these videos came out. That is a propaganda they are putting out. And us complaining every single day that she is doing this, and a lot of people are falling into it. It is high time Republicans use a different strategy to counteract all what she is doing. By doing this, it will help a lot. All these talks I see on social media, it is not helping. We should wise up. I think this should be the most important election that I've ever seen. A lot is at stake. So I see a lot of people going after each other. To me, it doesn't make sense. People should wise up and stop all this. If you are that kind of person that you cannot do that, then just stay and observe while other people can continue. Trump team should re-strategize to change everything else